Hello traders, this is your trader's friend, and I want to talk to you today about something that's very important to me. Those of you who know me know that I believe that the trend is your friend, and I am a huge fan of trends and trend lines. Today I want to talk to you about a bearish trend, and you're looking at my chart and you see that I have bullish action up here. I've left it there on purpose so that I can talk to you a little bit about what's going on in my chart. Let me tell you a little bit about my setup here. My pink candles are bullish while my green candles are bearish, and that's because I believe green is a heavier color than pink. So I've set my chart up that way. So you'll see beginning at the left hand side of my chart, you'll see that you have this beautiful bullish run up here up until about this point, and I want to mark this because I think it's a significant area that I want you to pay attention to. Okay, once price starts on this bullish run, you'll notice what begins to happen here. Price begins to diminish, and then you get this kind of choppy price action where price is constricted to this trading range. Now the first indication that I get on this chart that we may have a trend reversal is this hammer here, and keep in mind it's come after all of this bullish action going up. So that would have been the first indication that my trend may change. But notice what happened. Even though I have a valid reversal signal, my price doesn't reverse immediately. So when you see reversal signals, keep in mind that you may get an immediate reverse. You may get sideways trading like you did here. And also you may just get a market rest before price continues to go on. So those are things that you may want to look for in a trading range like this. Now the next significant thing that comes about that shows me that chances are I'm going to get a reversal is this beautiful bearish spinning top, because we have price breaking resistance here, but it's rejected by the market at this higher level, and price closes back in here right in that same range. So at this point I would begin to look to the next day's candle, and if price is trading under here, because I am a more aggressive trader, then I would have shorted on the hourly chart once I got a valid reversal signal there. So my stop loss would have been here, and I would have entered my trade right along in there with the valid reversal confirmation. So keep in mind you want the confirmation before you make any decisions in the market. So I would have entered my trade there and gotten all of this beautiful price action. I just wanted to show you that, but I want to talk to you about your bearish trend, and I'm going to erase those lines. Now I want to talk to you about drawing a proper trend line. What you want to do when you are drawing a trend line, you want to get the price extremes. Okay, and the reason for that is because if you have a reversal, then you want to see if the candle that's reversing or the price action that's reversing, if it supersedes the extreme. If it supersedes the extremes of price action, then chances are you have a reversal on your hand. Now this is a bearish trend. There are two ways you can tell that this trend is bearish. One, your line is slanting down, and the technical definition is you are making significant lower highs. So you have the high here, and then as you see your significant highs get lower and lower, and you'll see that price continues to respect this trend line area all the way down beautifully. So the best way to trade in a bearish market is to wait for significant highs, get a confirmation, and then go short. But you'll see that eventually my trend line is broken here. Okay, now personally I would have entered long down here where I got this beautiful bullish candle with this confirmation here. So I would have gone long in there, but we're talking about a more conservative trade, so let me shrink this a little bit for you. And I want you to understand how it is that we confirm a valid market or valid trend line break. I'm going to insert an indicator. I'm not a big fan of indicators, but they work beautifully as confirmation tools. I'm going to use a moving average, a 20 period moving average. I'm going to add it. Okay, so what you want to look for in a trend line break is a candle that closes above your current trend line. Now this candle for me wouldn't have been significant because it's so small. This is the candle that I would have looked to go long, because look at all of that bullish price action and how far it closes above my trend line. So I would have gone long on that particular candle. Also, your moving average has also broken this trend line. Even though it's a lagging indicator, it's another confirmation that your trend line break is valid. So we're going to remove that, and we're going to draw a trend line here. Okay, and this is a bullish bounce. You always have a trend within a trend, no matter what your time frame is. So this is a bullish bounce, and the reason I'm calling this a bullish bounce is because price here does not exceed price or go beyond the significant high here. So we're still in the same bearish trend. Now I'm going to remove this line. I'm going to remove these lines. Okay, and before I move the lines, let me point this out. You have all of this beautiful bullish action, and you see again your candles begin to restrict. Now this doesn't always happen, but it happens a lot of time. You got price restriction going on here before you get a bearish confirmation that your initial trend is continuing on. Now let me get rid of these lines. Okay, now you have this initial line. When you have a break like this that continues to follow your bearish momentum, how do you want to deal with that? Because you have a trend line going on here. You can, because this did not break your last significant high, you can take your trend line and just move it over to include your new higher low. So that now is your valid resistant trend line. Or, and hopefully this will work for me, you can keep that initial trend line that you had initially, and then draw a trend line to include the other trend. So now you have two trend lines, both of which will become significant at some point in the future if you chose to keep them. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about bearish trends, little bearish action. I know that I went a little bit overboard, but I appreciate you joining me for this lesson. You can catch up with me on my Facebook page at Trader's Friend. You can also catch up with me on YouTube. I'm Trader's Friend there as well, or you can write or email me as well at tradersfriend@yahoo.com. Again, that is tradersfriend@yahoo.com. I'll see you at one of these three places. Thank you very much. Remember, you want to practice, drill, and rehearse. Your discipline, patience, and continued education is what's going to help you be successful at Forex. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great trading day.